Hello students. In the last class we were doing the lesson that is adaptation in plants. Little bit was left and today we'll be completing it followed by your exercises. Thank you. So once again come back to your class. We'll be doing the lesson adaptation of plants. In the last class we had studied about the meaning of adaptation. Next comes your different types of adaptations. Terrestrial plants. Under terrestrial plants we had studied about deserts, hills and marshes. So one was left, that is your plains. So as you can see, plains are divided into three types, that is forest, grassland and coastal regions. So we'll study one by one. So let us begin with the first one, that is forest. From the name itself you can see forest means varieties of trees. That means varieties of trees you will find in the forest. Then it is the habitat of various birds and animals. Habitat of various birds and animals means that it is the home of various birds and animals. Next comes your grassland. Grasslands means the land covered with thick grass and small plants. So the grass helps the roots to bind the soil together. Here also you can find variety of wild animals. Next comes your coastal regions. From the name itself, coastal region means near the water. So generally you will find the sea water is generally salty. Next you will see that fruits and seeds, they are dispersed by sea water. And they have got flexible trunk. Flexible trunk helps them to survive near the water because of the water currents, or you can say because of the strong winds. The next is your aquatic plants. Now from the name itself, aquatic means living in the water. So the first one is your floating plants. Second is your fixed plants, and the third one is underwater plants. So we'll study one by one. So let us begin with the first one, floating plants. Now floating means they will be floating on the base of the water, top of the water. So they have got thick and spongy stems which is filled with air. As it is filled with air, they keep on floating on the water. They have got stomata, which are the openings on the leaves, and they help in the exchange of gases. The next is roots are not fixed. That means they keep on floating on the water. That is why the roots are not fixed. And the example is your water hyacinth and duckweed. In the picture you can see it is the water hyacinth. Next is fixed plant. Fixed means it will be fixed to the base of the water, you can say, or you can say at the ground level. So leaves over here, they are broad and flat, and because of this broadness and as it is flat, they can absorb the sunlight and the air very easily. The waxy coating is there on the leaves. And the third point is stems are hollow and flexible. The example is your lotus and water lily. The first one, the picture is of lotus, and the second picture is of water lily. The third one is underwater plants. That means they will be submerged in the water. So they have got flexible stems to resist water currents. There are currents in the water. So the plants over here, they can tolerate the resistance of the water currents. That is why they have got flexible stems. Breathe through air spaces present in the stem. Usually you will find the pores are there on the leaves, but here you will find that the stems have got pores through which the plants can breathe. Third point is absorption of nutrients from the water beds. That means it is lying under the water. That is why the roots are able to absorb the nutrients for the you can say for the making of the food, and they absorb it from the base of the water. That means at the ground level. Example is your hydrilla and tape grass. This tape grass picture, you can see it on the screen. So by this we come to the end of the chapter. So these are the main points which you have to consider while writing your notes or while writing your answers or exercises. So the first one is you have to write the objective type answers in your book itself, that too with a pencil, don't use pen. So write the subjective type answers in your science notebook, and the answers should be in a neat handwriting, and you have to draw the diagrams on the plain side of the notebook. Wherever the answers are there, wherever you will find the cactus name has been mentioned, or the lotus name has been mentioned, or your coconut tree. So accordingly you have to draw the diagram of cactus, lotus and coconut tree with the pencil. And then you have to label it towards the right hand side of the diagram. You should not draw it and then label it towards the left side or downward. It should be always towards the right side of the diagram. So the answers of the objective type follows, which are given on your page 63. You can see fill in the blanks are there. Then study the given feature and identify the type of plant. Then next is true and false. Then give one word for the following, and answers of the subjective type questions which are given on page number 64 are as follows. So you have to copy it in your notebook in a neat handwriting, and the differences and all, do the boxes with your pencils and write the answers. Thank you.